Steve Winwood, Higher Love. Alright, a lot of fun guitar parts we can do here. Mostly chords going on. There are some cool little riffs. And we'll switch around some of the synth parts for guitar too, which will be cool. Before we get into all that, please do me a favor, hit the subscription button, help out the channel. That'd be really cool. Alright, so I'll go through each section for you real quick. Just give you all the parts, and then at the end I'll go back through and give you a little more of a walkthrough in the details. Alright, so let's dive on into this. Okay, so the intro here, it's also basically the verse progression, so it works for both. We're going to drop down here to an A sharp chord. Okay, so just 1 on the A, 3s on the D, G, B. Okay, do a measure's worth of that. Then we jump up to F. Okay, bar the 1, 3 and 3 on the A and D, 2 on the G. 1 measure. Come on up to D sharp now. Okay, so just all the way up here, 6 on the A, 8's on the D, G, B. 1 measure. Back to the F now for a measure. And then right back up to that D sharp. Alright, from there, we're going to drop down to the A sharp. Okay. Alright, and at this point, this is kind of like the bulk of it. And this will repeat again, but we just end it differently. And the first way we end it, on the first run through, we go to a G minor chord. Okay, so bar that 3, 5 on the A and D, 1 measure, and then to the F for a measure. Okay, so that's how it goes the first way through. And second time through, like I said, we're going to go all the way from where that 1 marker is to the 2. So first 6 measures again. Alright, so A to F, to the D sharp, to the F, to the D sharp, to the A sharp. Okay, but now we change it the second time through. So the second time through it, it ends by doing the F for a measure, and then ending on a C chord. Okay, 3 on the A, 2 on the D, open G, 1 B, open E. Okay, so just a slight difference on the way we end it. So let me just play the whole thing up to speed for you now. Okay, pre-chorus here, and we're just kind of reeling off chords again. There are some cool little guitar riffs that are going on through this, and I'll show you those next. But for the chords, it's just going to be a couple measures worth of C, okay, to a D minor, and we're going to play that 1 on the E, 3 on the B, 2 on the G, open D, okay, a couple measures, back to C for a couple measures. Alright, now we're going to split a measure. We're going to do an A minor. Okay, open A, second on the D, second G, 1 B, open E. Okay, so we're splitting this, so a couple counts from there, and then to the A sharp. Alright, and then we hold that for another measure. Back to the C for a couple measures. Alright, now we'll split this next one again. We're going to go from the A sharp to a F. Okay, hold that for one more measure. Back to a C for a couple measures. Alright, and then we split this last one by doing the A minor to a D minor. Alright, so fun little switches there by, bookending each C with a different split measure. Okay, so I'll play it up to tempo for you now. Alright, and like I said, there's some little muted guitar riff things happening there. So like I said, you just want to kind of palm mute a little bit on the bridge here, deaden the string a little bit. We're going to be messing around mostly on like the D or the G and the B string here. You want to come up to 7 on that G. Do a couple 7s off to some real short staccato style 5s, like a few of those. Okay, something like that. Then we go 5 to 7, couple 7s again. Now we do this little scaly bendy thing here. So slide up to 7 on the G, 6 on the B, go to 8, back to 6, bend the 8, release it off to 6. Something like that, okay? Alright. So just up to tempo, it sounds something like this. That type of thing, okay? And the second half of it, it's going to start the same way with those 7s and 5s muted on the G here. That type of deal. But now we come off and we go 2 to 3 on the G. And then we do this fun little pull off scaling down thing on the G, where we go open on the G, 5 to open, 3 to open. All right, and then we go back to that 2 to 3. Something like that. All right, so let's just do it all up to speed now. All right, now we get into the chorus. Pretty basic. We're just going to go through one progression 3 times, and then essentially go through it again, but then just invert the last 2 chords. Okay, so it's going to start with that A sharp, 1 measure, to the F for a measure, to the C for a measure, D minor a measure. Okay, and we're going to just repeat that whole thing 3 times. Okay, and the 4th time we go through it, we do the A sharp to F, but now we just switch that C and D minor. So we do the D minor, then C. Okay. All right, and there's a few different kind of breakdown things that happen in this song. What I call like the first bridge here. Basically, it's just kind of the scaling down of chords with some kind of dynamics to it. All right, so we're going to be hitting this D minor chord. Okay, and you just want to hit it twice, and then just hold it for another measure. So something like, all right, it's kind of following the vocal there. Alright, hold it for a measure, and then into the next measure, we're going to do this scaling down of chords. Hit the D minor to a C to the A sharp. And then we hold that A sharp for another measure. Okay, so slowly it's something like. Alright, and we would just repeat that thing, 4 times there. Okay, so up to speed to be something like this. All right, in this interlude section that happens after, it's really, keyboard, synth heavy stuff going on here, some bass and all that. But some faint chordage that you can derive out of this. Basically, we're just kind of jamming on a D minor coming off to a little something more funky where it's a D9 suspended 4, which sounds crazy, but it's easy. It's just we're gonna play the D minor up here, bar chord style. So 5 on the A, 7's on the D and G, 6 on the B, 5 on the E. All right, and we're gonna want to hit it a couple times. And then we're going to come off to that D9 suspended 4, which basically is just barring all the 5s from the A string down. And then just come back to that D minor. All right, and you can get kind of loose, get kind of funky with this. Add some shuffle, dead string noises in there. So just an example, it'd be something like this. Okay, the next bridge, it's just a slight variation of kind of what the pre-chorus was doing, but we just hang with the C for a longer time here. All right, so we're just going to hit that C, and there's some other lead riffs that come in here. I'll show you those. But chord-wise, we're just going to hang with the C for a good, 6 measures here. And you can be as strummy with it as you like, or just hit it once, let it ring. But a good 6 measures worth of that C, and then we're going to end up on the A sharp for a couple measures. All right, and we'll continue on with the A sharp for a measure, but it's going to be a little more changes going on here, okay? So we hit the A sharp again to a D minor, the D sharp, okay, back to the A sharp, D minor, A sharp, to the F, to the C. Okay, so we're just bouncing between the A sharps, D minors, and D sharps there. All right, so put it together, it'd be something like this. as far as the little lead riffs that are happening during that previous bridge, this is all pretty much happening just during that big stretch of C at the beginning. And there are just a couple little riffs that come in. Initially, we get this quick little thing. It's a little muted too, but we're going to do the G string, and it's just really quickly, you do like a hammer-on thing. We do open, 2, 4, 5. Right? And we're just going to do that twice, really quick. Right? A little subtle thing there. And the next one that comes in, it's this fun little scaling down. We come up here, and we're going to be on the B and E, and we go. You can either slide it down, or just, hammer it on and pull it off, whatever you like. But it's going to be 8s to 10s, back to 8s. All right. Now we come down and we do this shape where we're 6 on the B, 5 on the E, and we're just going to take that, bring it up 2 frets to the 8 and the 7, and then back to the 5 and the 6. All right, and then we finish it, come down here where we go 1s on the B and E, 1s, 3s to 1s. Okay, it's just this fun little scaling down thing that happens. Right. So I'll just put these up to speed for you. Alright, another synth interlude that happens towards the end here. And it's just kind of bouncing between some octaves real quick. What you're going to want to do, you want to hit the 3. Okay, this is all going to be in kind of a C chord. Alright, hit the 3 on the A, and then we do a quick 3 to 5 on the G, back to the 3 on the A. Okay, and just kind of short, choppy, synthy sounding things. Alright, you'll do that twice. Alright, and then just finish it by doing a quick 3A, 5G, 3A. Alright, so up to speed, be something like this. Thanks for checking out the video, everybody. Like it, share it, leave a comment. It's always good to hear from you. Do me a favor and hit the subscription button. I put out a video pretty frequent, so you don't want to miss out on that. Check out the links in the description box below. I have really cool links for tablature books, all the gear I use, t-shirts, fun stuff like that. So thank you very much, and we'll see you next time.